welcome to Raise the Bar. Today we have Andy Andrews, co-founder at CrossFit Ceylon and director of golf at the Royal Colombo Golf Club. And it's a pleasure to have you back with us today on a new edition on Raise the Bar. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
All right, before we delve into today's topic of why health isn't about the gym, we will recap on what we've discussed in the past 2 weeks. We spoke of the importance of daily movement and how movement creates momentum and builds motivation.
Yeah.
We also touched on simple but sustainable ways to swap habits without making drastic changes to our daily routine. If you haven't had the chance to watch the show, it's up on our YouTube and the link is below. All right, let's get moving. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a weight plateau, although you've been consistently training? One of the concepts that has been gaining traction in the recent past is the correlation between a holistic lifestyle and its impact on maximized gains from training. And we now know that losing weight, building strength, or simply having an overall healthy body goes well beyond what we do at the gym. People feel frustrated because they work out hard but not smart, because we are preconditioned to believe that eating less, moving more, calories in versus calories out, no pain, no gain is the way to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And we now know that it's not an easy doable task. Yeah. Why this is not a comprehensive strategy when it comes to long-term health?
I would say one of the most important things when it comes to training is finding a way that you can maintain intensity over a long period of time, right? So there is this optimal intensity that you need to train at. If you go too hard in your training too soon and don't build the tolerance, you'll eventually crash, right?
Okay.
For a multitude of reasons that's biological, physiological. And so you have to be very careful about training intensity. Now, that being said, you want training intensity to be high because building muscle is not easy.
Yeah.
A lot of people assume that, I'm going to lift a little bit of weight and I'm going to build muscle, right?
Yeah.
And it is so far from the truth because the conditions you need to create to build muscle are very demanding, which takes me to what happens outside the gym.
Okay.
Because the 23 hours outside the gym are what's going to deliver all those results, right?
That's right.
How you're sleeping.
Okay.
What's your nutrition look like? How much are you eating? What does the food composition look like?
All right.
Are you managing stress?
Yeah.
Are you getting more daily movement outside just the gym? Or are you just lifting weights and going and sitting down all day?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors that go into what you do outside the gym that deliver results.
Okay.
Now, a lot of times people will train super hard in the gym and they'll eat poorly, sleep poorly, and try to out-train all of those bad habits, and they end up being a complete train wreck most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Because your hormones can go for a 6, your joints, your recovery, your mental health, all of that stuff can fall by the wayside if you don't take care of the things outside the gym.
Okay.
So those pillars outside the gym are very important in terms of getting results for sure.
So what are the key components you think actually help someone achieve long-term health goals?
I'm not going to say it in order because I think all of them, depending on the person, depending on the context, have different priorities, right? But for most people, you need to improve your sleep.
Yeah.
You need to be sleeping at the same time and waking up at the same time relatively every day, right?
Right.
You want to get at least 7 to 8 hours of time in bed because there's this aspect of latency. People think, I went to bed at 11 and I woke up at 7. I did 8 hours, but most of the time it takes about an hour to go to bed.
Yeah.
Right? So there's that latency. So you want to account for that latency.
Right.
And so I think sleeping and waking up at the same time is crucial, right?
Okay.
Because your body will start adapting to make sure all of those processes of healing and all of the processes that are required to recover are happening in those windows. You're creating the conditions for you, making it easy for your body, right?
Okay.
The next thing would be nutrition. I think from nutrition standpoint, it's very simple. The amount of calories you eat will determine what happens to the body weight.
Okay.
And the composition of your calories will determine the composition of your body, right? I like to very simply explain that if you can't get those two things right, it's no point diving deeper into more complex topics and more complex protocols.
Yeah.
Because people will go to keto, they'll go to paleo, they'll go to all of these different things without getting the basics right. And the basics are simple: calories in, calories out, which does matter, but also composition of calories. If you can get those two things in place, then you can move on to more higher level things, right? For example, intermittent fasting is one of those. Intermittent fasting is great, but it's a tool to get you where you need with your calories in and calories out.
Right.
right?
It's like
not
a
the solution.
time. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
It's simply a tool to get you, to, okay, you're going to skip breakfast, so you're going to eat less during the day, right? You have a window, 8 hours, that's all you can eat. 8 hours of food and you're done. Most of the time, I think we were discussing offline, like once you eat that meal and you fasted, it's a long time before you want to eat again. And so your window closes and, I can't eat anymore, right?
That's right.
And so it's simply a tool. The third thing, which is very often overlooked, is I would put this under the recovery section, but stress management, right?
Okay.
Your body responds to stress in the same way. It releases chemicals, and it's a cascade of chemicals get released. It could be mental stress, emotional stress, physical stress, environmental stress. Your body is responding in a certain way, right? Physiologically, biologically. And so when it responds, it doesn't really care if the lion's chasing you or you're lifting 100 kilos off the ground. Right? It's responding in a certain way. The life we currently live in modernity is keeping us in a stress state. So having tools to de-stress. Some people find sport, some people, it's gaming, but I think meditation, breath work, walking, these are very good tools to kind of de-stress, because if you're in a stressed situation, your body is not trying to prioritize building muscle. Right, which is a key thing. It has to be in a de-stress level, to de-stress state, to actually be in the conditions to say, okay, we have some extra resources, let's go in and build some muscle, right? So I think I would say the key pillars are sleep, nutrition, and stress management. If you can manage those three things, you're creating really good conditions for overall health. And so we could dive deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and go into rabbit holes, but overall, I would say those three things, you manage those three things, you're good. And then obviously your training. Your training
so you are not only grinding harder, but also recovering smarter.
100%.
Okay. So I've had the opportunity to train with some amazing coaches at CrossFit Ceylon, and I think with you once as well. How do you support your clients at CrossFit Ceylon to optimize their health goals? I know they come at like different fitness levels. And you have multiple programs for different clientele.
No, I wish we did, but I don't think those multiple programs are necessary, because they would all be composed of the same thing. Right? If we did sell multiple programs, it's just a marketing play, because every single one of those programs will start at the same place. Like, what are your goals? All right, what are you currently doing? Okay, we're going to look at sleep, nutrition, stress management. And we're going to look at your training. We're always going to look at those 4 things. Right? Are you sleeping well? Are you eating well? Are you managing stress? And are you training hard enough? Every program you do, and I think the more I have been in this industry, and I think more we as coaches have been in this industry, we realize it always comes down to those very basic things, right? We don't look anywhere else except for those 4 things. Let's get those 4 things right. And usually it takes months, sometimes years to align all those things, right? They're not easy. Even the coaches here have not fully aligned all those things. They're still a work in progress, right? It's just that they're guiding you through the processes that have taken them where they've gotten. Right? And what has helped other people, obviously. So I think if you come in, if you do our onboarding program, we cover those. If you do our nutrition program, we also cover those. Our nutrition program is a little bit of a play on marketing as well, because it's not really a nutrition program, it's a lifestyle program. We don't just look at nutrition and say, fix your food. We're like, okay, tell me about your sleep, because that's going to determine what your cravings and your habits around food are, right? If you didn't get any sleep, your body wants sugar because it wants energy, sugar cravings, boom, 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 right? And so we got to look at everything. You can never look at anything in a vacuum. Everything has to be looked, right, overall. And so even a nutrition program is not a nutrition program. It's really a lifestyle program. So I would say those 2 programs cover those bases. But a lot of people, they will come in and thinking they don't need that help, right? And then it's hard to convince someone that they came to train. It's hard to tell them, listen, you also need to look at these other things, because that's also super important, right? This is the easy part. You come here, nice environment, programs written, coaches are there, music's blaring. This is easy. You got to go home now, and you're on your own. What are you going to do over there, right? And so I think it's hard to convince people that those are important aspects, but the realization, if you come and train long enough, the realization eventually sets. I need to fix these things. Right?
Because my training is really not helping me with my health goals. I'm stuck in a certain place, and that's one of the things that I often hear from people. They're quite frustrated all the time because they're working out hard, and somehow they're not seeing the results they want.
It's the most demoralizing thing, because training hard is hard enough. Right? Like finding the right training intensity, which we were speaking about, is so important, because, and you see it with women a lot. they will train and they're afraid of building muscle, you know? And there's nothing to be afraid of. It's not coming for you. You know, like it's no way. It's not coming for you. You know, like you have to earn the right to have all that stuff.
That's right.
And the barrier to entry is super high. It's, you know,
it's much harder for women. For sure.
That
you have men transforming themselves in 3 months, 6 months. Well, for women, we don't have that kind of hormones that 100%. Support it.
That, and I would say it's not as hard for men, but it's still hard. Every single guy that you have ever met, I'm not going to say there's no absolutes, but 90% of guys you've met since they were kids thought about building muscle.
For sure.
And there's like 5% that have done it effectively. Like you don't really walk around and seeing every guy looking really in shape, you know?
I know.
But they all want to be in shape. And it's extremely difficult, you know? Every guy at 15 years old was doing push-ups. You know?
But they're not really having that physique that they want, right? They know something is missing, and what perhaps is missing is their stress levels are high during school days, or perhaps their nutrition's wrong. They're not taking the right thing.
100%.
So I think in the recent past, people have been stressing a lot on living a holistic lifestyle. And that is something that we need to focus more on as opposed to chasing weight loss. So if you change the narrative, instead of chasing weight loss, we chase strength. Would that like sort of recondition people to thinking, okay, so if I am to have more strength, I need to eat right. I need to have other things put across so I can be stronger than I was before, because I think weight loss is just a part of it, isn't it?
Exactly.
By default, you're going to lose weight if you're going to start building muscle.
For sure, for sure. And so I mean, like to add to that, I love that aspect of changing it to gaining strength. You know, people talk, there's many, I think people have different intrinsic motivations. Some people want to build muscle, some people want to get strong. You know, and I think for let's say you're speaking to the female population, it's more get strong. You speak to the male population, build muscle. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
You know, it's again a marketing play. And the problem with the fitness industry is everything's a marketing play. It's like, how do I convince you this is what you need? Okay, I can go 4 or 5 different angles and get you to the same place.
That's right.
But the road, like there are many, you know, paths that lead to Rome. But you're gonna end up there. You're gonna end up doing the same principled things, right?
That's right. And, but you're gonna be looking different. You're not gonna look like a man just because you're gonna get stronger or build muscles.
No.
You're gonna look leaner and more nicer. You're gonna have a better physique, and you'll be able to do much more things growing older. And that should be the point, right?
I provide a challenge to all female clients that I have this conversation with, right? And I simply say, listen, get as huge as possible, as jacked as possible.
Right.
We're going to diet and we'll lose all of it. It'll be gone in a month. Right? So get as jacked as possible.
Okay.
And then if you say, I don't like it, we'll put you on a diet. In 1 or 2 months, all of that muscle's gone. Like we'll get rid of it. And so try it. Make that attempt. Then that realization sets in, wow, I've been pushing really hard to build muscle and nothing's happening. You know, like it's barely moving the needle, right? And so I think most women, in like the women population, should really try once in their life to build as much muscle as possible. For a year, try it for a year. There's a good chance that it'll be an utter failure because it's so difficult. You realize, okay, I should lift some heavy weight. I should get strong. So I think it's always a self-realization.
And also what's being fed to them, right? Over and over again in the media. It's like wanting to look thin, smaller. But then even for you to look thin, smaller, or look lean, and how these people actually look like that is because they have a lot of muscles. They build a lot of muscles, so they look leaner and they look much nicer. They have a, you know, a better advantage over those who are just not eating. Because once you start eating, you're going to gain those pounds back on.
Yes, for sure.
And that's not going to help, especially for women. You know, we gain back much faster. I think we're on the disadvantage side of it, whereas men build muscle a little bit faster, and they can also go overboard with their calories, but still sustain that weight. Much better than the women.
And like there's another discussion of hormones, right? So I mean, like if men are if their hormones are optimized, like they'll gain muscle really fast. But also a lot of men in the male population are severely hormonally deficient.
Are they?
From testosterone to thyroid.
More women.
No, it's men as well. Like most men are low testosterone. Like if they go and check it, they'll be like, wow, the doctor will be like, yo, your testosterone is low. And you just like eating enough protein, getting enough sleep, lifting some weight, you know, getting your vitamin D, getting your vitamin B, iron. You know, you see all these deficiencies in your panel, and be like, this is why your testosterone is low. This is why you put all that work, and you're not getting anywhere, right? And so there is, and so I would say that the hormonal discussion is heavily, the volume's louder on the female side, but the problem is as big on the male side, right? It's just that men don't care. They're like, whatever, you know, they're just like that, you know.
And also, I think out there, there's a lot of noise about premenopause, menopause. Women go through a lot of changes.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. It's crazy actually when that, going into menopause is the craziest thing. Like what women go through, right? Because it's so volatile. And most women don't even know they're going through it. You know, like they have no idea, and it's just, and so I think the male and the female population really have to look at like hormones and hormone profiles, and that's the main thing we have Vita for. You know, like anytime someone like tells me, you know, I'm low energy, I'm lethargic, I'm not losing body fat, and I'm not getting strong in my joints, and I'm like, go check your hormones, go get a testosterone panel done, you know, go get your thyroid checked, like go to Vita, like you got a discount, go and just get it checked. Talk to the doctors there, and they'll tell you exactly what to do. But yeah, I mean, even on the female side, like not too many women realize that they may have PCOS, you know, they might have low thyroid function. They just don't realize until one day they do it, and like, oh, you're hypothyroid, you know. So yeah, I think the hormonal discussion is another deep discussion.
Yeah, that's right. Andy, this has been an insightful conversation with you today, and thank you for being with us, and see you again soon on another episode on Raise the Bar.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.